Hello YouTube, Dai-Tiger or Tyler here. Uh, Surprisingly enough, not Digimon related, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh related. This past weekend there was a YCS here in my home state of Indiana and Indy, and I'm giving a deck profile of the deck I used and a very small report of all the decks I went against and all that. Altogether, at the Altogether at the YCS there was a thousand 1,907 people. I took Kashtira because I was extremely comfortable with it. Overall, with six wins, 3 losses, not enough to day 2 at 18 points. The cutoff was 19 points. But other than that, I'm very happy of how I did all that. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. First at the main deck, I'll go over all the cash cards I played. Played three Rice Heart, 3 Fenrir, 2 Unicorn, 1 Ogre, 1 Scareclaw cash, 1 Tearlance cash for the monsters. Overall, I like this ratio other than 1 Tearlance cash. I wish I checked my deck list before I submitted it. Because before I submitted it, this was not in the deck at all. It was a change of heart. But overall, throughout the whole day, I barely summoned Tearlance cash. It's always been in the deck, or I've always been banishing off of. I didn't have anything else to banish off of. I always banned off of Rice Heart or sided it out. I only ran it because it gave me a reason to, before a Rice Heart got banned. Before a Rice Heart got banned, I can easily put 3 materials underneath them when I just use a single material. I use one of the Kashtira monsters for it. It's a material cost. But yeah, other than that, the Scareclaw is a really strong. Ogre is pretty good. You kind of have to run two Unicorn, 3 Fenrir, as much as you possibly can with the restrictions. 3 Rice Heart because he's just good and all that. And also he sets up a lot of decent dumb plays. Onto the cash spells: 3 Birth, 3 Theosis, 3 Field, 1 Terra, basically 4 Field spell. These just felt perfect. Nothing more, nothing less. And for the traps, I played 2 Big Bang and 1 Preparations for the Kashtira cards. Overall, I never really used Preparations at all today, but all my matches I didn't play against a single trap heavy deck, so Preparations was not that useful, but I liked it. But I liked having it, at least one of it. Big Bang probably the only real non-foil by Konami standards card in the deck. I wish this thing gets a foil printing, but other than that, it's dumb. I never really use its a banish effect anymore. I always use it for on field effect to force my opponent to have only one monster. On to like the generic spells and trap. The generic spells. I played 3 prosperity, 2 thrust, 1 talent, and 1 Harpy spell duster. Uh, honestly, this is just fine. Thrust just generically good. Talent never really used. Duster, I've used it a bunch. Used it a bunch and all that. Perfectly fine. Prosby, cute. And for the hand traps, I went with, I did 3 ash, 3 imperm, and shifter. In my 55 cards, I don't have Nibiru in it. I don't like Nibiru in Kashtira because I don't trust my personal luck to draw into to see if I can draw into a burst so I can continue, so I can do my plays. But other than that, yeah. Now it's exactly 40 cards in the main. Like I said, the only change I would do was take out the tier cash for Change of Heart, which was originally in the list. On to the extra deck. So we'll do the Xyz first. 3 caching era. Finatrack, Mountain Smasher, number 74 Master of Blades. 2 Red Eyes Player Metal Dragon. Honestly, the most MVP card in most played Xyz alongside Shinga era I've done the whole day. One Mega Fan Beast Draco Sack, Big Eye. I never really went into it ever, but I liked having it in the extra. 1 Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation, just a generically great card. 2 Zeus, 1 Barone, Lingaribo, and SP Little Knight. Surprisingly, SP actually came up once in all day. Once all day. It literally got me out of Scareclaw Tryhard. For me to use a Shinga era and a random cash monster to out it, but to out that one monster. But other than that, it's not. I didn't really like it that much, but I loved it in the deck. I would love it a lot more if I had Change of Heart in the list. On to the sideboard. It's very generic. Triple Droll, triple Phantasme, triple Cosmic, triple Dark Ruler, and triple Evenly. Phantasme is a very cute card. I was predicting a lot of I was also predicting a lot of Unchained decks in the field. A bunch of link strategies to go off of. In all my matchups, I've literally played against 2. Oh yeah, I literally have all my notes here. All my matchups here. Only 2 real Link-ish style decks that I played against, and never really seen Phantasme. Never played against Unchained all day. But other than that, yeah. Droll was very weak all throughout the day. was very weak throughout the whole day. Granted, almost a lot of the decks I played against were very search heavy or draw heavy decks. But other than that, it was very weak. I wish it was something else, but at the same time, did not wish it was something else. It was like not. It was like one of the things I did not really run a lot, but not a lot. Cosmics is just cosmic. I was expecting to see some labyrinth decks. Never played against any. Same with evenly. It's just there for like those big boards decks, which I did face one of. A Dark Ruler, same with evenly. Just synonymous with each other. But other than that, yeah. Now for my matchups, I went against tier elements 3 times, Regus on Avalon twice, Nemorelia once, Runic for Higher Sprite once, Flu and Infernoble, all those once each. I mean, all my tier matchups did a half and half on a Regus on Avalon. I surprisingly lost the Nemorelia matchup, which is not really too surprising, as they're a deck that likes having their things banished face down to get rid of your own cards face down. So other than that, it's a kind of a bad matchup for Kashtira. The Runic Sprite for a higher deck, I personally have a bad matchup against. Me personally have a bad matchup against them, but I was able to finally beat them this time around. The Floowandereeze, he was actually going second Floowandereeze deck with main deck evenly matches, so I was kind of taken aback. But other than that, it was fine. And for Noble, as soon as game 1 happened, I only had one interaction with was Imperm. He set up like a full negate board and all that through one Imperm. I basically just not really gave up entirely, but I personally have given up and thought like, oh, this is where my dream of day 2ing ends, because I went from round 1 beating tier, round 2 going against Regus on Avalon, which was my first loss, round 3 Nemorelia, which is my second loss, round 4 beating tier, round 5 beating Runic for a higher Sprite, round 6 being once again going against Regus on Avalon, and round 7 being was Floowandereeze, all of them winning. Then going to round 8 for a Noble player, I lost to, and all that. Then going to round 9, being a Tier Elements player, being Tier Elements, which was really, really good. Yeah, all day playing against all those decks. Overall, I got 247th place. Not bad for my first YCS, and not bad for a first showing to people. Other than that, I wish I did my deck list better, so I could have had a change of heart in here instead of Tier Elements. that probably would have been so much better. It would have been so much better to do things with. And help me break boards. But other than that, thanks for enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and maybe subscribe for more. In the future, I might post some Yu-Gi-Oh rounds potentially every now and again. But don't really count on it. Thanks, and have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening.